Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see I've got a 6x8 pocket page here, but it's actually more than 6x8 because it's got a flip out. So this is going to be a fun one, I hope. These are pictures from the Nightmare Before Christmas event at the New York Botanical Garden in the Bronx. So these are New York pictures technically, but they're all Nightmare Before Christmas themed. As you can see, I've got 2 spots here that I need to fill, plus this one for the top flap that goes over. So really I have 3. Now I will say, I actually own, because of course I do, I own a set of Nightmare Before Christmas themed pocket cards. So I have those available, but then I also have a bunch of other stuff that I put into this little New York bag here, knowing that I was eventually going to get to these. Let me grab out some of that. So I have these papers. I'm not sure color-wise these will get used much for the layouts because it's not very red and black themed, as you can see. I've got a lot of other colors happening, but there's some really cool things in here. And part of these items came from my friend Robin, because she was on this trip with me and she wanted to scrap some of that stuff, bought some, and then had leftovers. So my friend was nice and allowed me to have some. And then I have these stickers, and these are probably more for layouts that are coming later. We went to the Beetle House after this. These are more suited for those photos, but I might use some of these because, like, we did see Oogie Boogie. It says Nightmare. Like, we saw pretty much everything that applies here, so might use some of those. But then these papers are the ones I'm super excited to use in these layouts. And I think I have 3 more, maybe after this one. I took a lot of pictures at that event. And let me tell you, I've been to some events at botanical gardens where they make it seem like it's going to be so fantastic. Like, I went to that Halloween one in Chicago at their botanical garden, and it was boring. The pumpkin, Night of a Thousand Pumpkins thing, it was boring. This was completely worth the money. They had music going in the background, like from the movie, and theme to it. There were so many little like displays set up like this. You could stop and get your photo taken at a bunch of different photo ops. It was very worth it. So with that being said, I do want to take out these papers so I have them at the ready. And then I also need to get out the pocket cards that I have so that I have all my choices available. Before I start picking things for the layout, I do want to show you the cards I have as well. And I only have 8 here, but the digital set that I bought, I think, came with maybe 2 more 3x4s and I think 2 4x6s. And I've used those. And actually, I don't know that I even printed the 4x6s when I got them because I'm less likely to use those. But at least I know I have them if I were to decide that I wanted them. But I have this one, which is obviously like Sally's dress put together. I love this. It's got a nice little saying there. This actually matches this right here. But you can see like the size difference. I would need a 4x6 pocket for that. What's this? Got to use that somewhere, right? Another one was Sally's dress, but it would allow me to put an embellishment there or stamp or something. Another Oogie Boogie in the background here, but it says Halloween Town. This one I actually think I might use over here because look at these pictures on this side. Hello. That might be too much, but I kind of like it. We'll see when I get to that layout. And then this one that says 365 days to Halloween. I actually have this in one of my photos because they also did like visual projections around the exhibit. And there was one that was on the sidewalk and it actually has that on there. So I have lots of options I can use, that's for sure. I just have to figure out kind of like what matches the best, has the mood I want, all of that. I think some of this, maybe I'll have to go with the darker cards because there's a lot of color happening, which I like. But I don't know that if I do this, that it stands out as much as if I had, if I used pictures that were darker and didn't have as much color, this would show up better. So something to keep in mind. Yeah, even this has bright color. So I may end up going a lot darker for this one and saving the color for others. I've also taken out a bunch of the bigger pieces I had just to see like what I could do. These are obviously way too big for these pages, but I may have to do like a special 4x8 insert or something that I didn't have planned yet, because these are too freaking cool. And like, when else am I going to use them? Or I could just somehow use like one of the attachers and put it in just like free floating. I don't know. I haven't thought it all through yet, but I like it. And then I also have these where I could just cut them out. I do like the one that says Eureka. And then there's What a Wonderful Nightmare. This is the other one I have, which is ginormous. So I don't know. I may end up like cutting these out and using those on these layouts too, because they're smaller. I have so many choices though, and I find that really exciting. For this, I have a flap here, photo flip happening. For this one out here, because of the background with Sally, there's so much kind of turquoise happening and aqua color. I might use this and just cut it down and make my own card there. And then I could use one of these, like What a Wonderful Nightmare. I could use that maybe. But I feel like that color matches better than what I have in these cards. I tried some of the ones that were black background and it was almost too dark. So I think I'm going to go with this one, which means I have to cut it down, which is fine. And then I'll just have to design the rest of it on my own. I cut down my paper here, so I have a 3x4 background, and then I cut this out. And I admit I am not the world's greatest fussy cutter. I'm not the best at it. I don't enjoy it, but for something like this, I want it because, I mean, I like how it looks on there. I feel like it needs something else though, and I'm just not sure what. I do have my stickers out here. I could potentially maybe like cut out something else from here or cut something off of one of these larger ones. I'm not sure. Oh wait, I had ghosts. Where are they? Oh, I was gonna say I could maybe use part of it, but they're so big. It's got something on it. Would that take up too much room? I kind of like it, but is that too much? Is it too big? What if I did it like that? No, I like the other way better. I'm going to think about that because that's much, much bigger than I thought. I'm not totally against it. I'm just not sure. Because the ghost was so large, what I decided to do is kind of shift it to the right and cut off part of the extra stuff that I really don't need. Then I can put this over it like that maybe. Do I want to cover up the whole dot? Maybe, not sure. But I'll layer this over it. And then you see more of the background, but I still get the fun little ghosty. All right, I have that part done. So the flip out is done. The only thing I'm thinking about is I do have the sticker that says Sally. And I could add it here. But I really don't want to cover up anything. I really like the photo. So I need to look at the other layouts I have coming. Is there another place where I could add in Sally? I think she's in some other photos. So I'm going to hang on to that for now. And then I will figure out what I want to do with these two pockets. So I think I want to use this card here because it's a great way to sort of start off the event. What's this? That's a huge line from the film, so that's great. Plus we have Jack over here in his black and white stripes. So I think that's good. I also pulled out some phrases I had that I knew like were purple based since I've got purple happening. And I'm wondering if maybe like I should do this spooky season because that brings in the purple. Or maybe there's more room at the top, right? Would it look better that way? But either way, I think I want to use that. Now, I wasn't thrilled with any of the other cards up here, but in my papers, where are they? Here we are over here. There was this one that kind of matches that. I'm thinking to make it all match, maybe I should cut a 3x4 of this too, and then add on some of these phrases. Maybe I could cut some other of these elements, like, ooh, maybe this Jack. Oh, he could fit. I would just have to cut off part of it, but it would fit. So, well, I'm going to cut the paper down and then we'll see what I can create. I've decided I do want Jack on there. And I've got my background here. It doesn't show up a whole lot because he covers up a bunch, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to cut off the extra of what I don't need. And I don't feel too bad about using these because number one, when else am I going to use them? But then 2, I still have plenty things here of things that I could do, like, and put, you know, in the album as is. I love the 0. He's so cute. Things that are a little bit more Christmas themed that I could use, like there's Jack in the Hat. Like, I have other things that I can insert along the way. So I'm okay with this. And I mean, look how cute he is. Jack, you look good. Okay, so if I have that there, do I like it? I think I do. Yeah, I think that's good. Now, what did I do with the other card that I had? Did I put it in my pile here? No. What's this card? It's got to be around here somewhere. I'm sure it got moved when I was going through all this stuff. I will find it and then I can get that in there too. Okay, I found my what's this card, and then I do want to do the spooky season. And I think maybe I'm going to do it up here. And then I feel like I maybe want something across Jack as well. So I have this one that just says Eek. I have Bewitched. Maybe the Eek is the right way to go. I could just do it like that. And I feel like I need a third thing though. This is actually quite blank. Maybe if I don't put it on this card and put it like over here. You know what? I actually like that. I think that's pretty good. I think I'll go with that arrangement. So I forgot that I've got a 4x6 pocket down here and that I have a 4x6 photo for the other side. So to make this all fit and so it doesn't flop around and stuff, I'm just going to adhere these cards right to the back of the photo. And then everything should match up correctly. It'll all stay where it's supposed to be and it should be good. So need to take care of that. I will still add this, but then we should be good to go. All right, I had pulled out some other phrases to see if I wanted to add something else, but I decided not to. And I have everything put in here. The only thing I changed is I did add some mini staples there, but this is what the inside looks like. And I freaking love it. And then over here, I'm gonna leave this as is. I decided not to use the Sally here because I did look ahead and I do have another layout with both Sally and Jack. So I think I'm going to use their names then, if possible, to build a card. But we'll see how things go. But here's another one finished for New York. Thanks for watching.